Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Tactical Breach Wizards. It's the latest game by Suspicious Developments, who are the people who made Floating Point, Gunpoint, and probably most famously Heat Signature, which was a kind of breach and clear infiltration. You were effectively raiding spaceships, and it was kind of a neat little roguelite. That I think remains more of a cult hit than like a super popular one, but it was one of those where like, if you've played it, you know exactly what these people are about, and I'm really excited to see what they did with this one, because I'm not normally much for SWAT games, but making them wizards makes it so much more interesting. So we're just going to do a new game. We're going to do default, and we'll just see what happens. I love the low poly style, too. It's one of those where, the Jodasa Strait a few years ago. Okay, good, so it's not on Earth either. WizTac, this is Mage Actual. I love this. Low poly visuals are, how would I say it? They're overused on the cheapest ends of the industry just because it's so easy to make a bunch of like kind of generic like asset packs. I think these are all either heavily modified or fully unique, and I love it. It looks so good. Anyway, WizTac, this is Mage Actual. We're in position. Suppression hex is online. Trauma control charms up. Breach glyphs are hot. Alright, Zen, what's Foresight telling you? I'm seeing 3 Sprig Acolytes, Softwood Silence Mac 10. Want me to leave you one? If you're gonna get cocky, I'm not coming to your funeral. If I ever get cocky enough to die, I'll have to decay, or I'll have the decency to get you killed too. Appreciate it. Okay, that's... I love the writing for this immediately. Alright, let's do this. Left you an easy one, Zon. Wow, patronizing. Select your 3-bolt burst ability from issue order, and then select an enemy to shoot them. Wait. Is this right click? Oop. Oh, 3-bolt burst. Okay. Make your way to the laptop. And then use laptop. Gain mana. Objectives complete. Done to proceed. What are we doing here, Liv? They've got us raiding a Druid Mafia smuggling ship. How's this a military op? You know I don't ask those kinds of questions, on. And you know I sleep better than you. Let's see. You don't care who we're extracting? Young, adult male. What do you want? His dating profile? You can ask him if he likes long walks on the beach after we stop the shrub mob, flaying him with a barrel cactus. You're good with using force on Medallion waters? Go in quick and clean like I taught you, and they'll never know what hit them. Feel like that didn't address the substance of my question, but I guess it's not the time. Guess we're not finding out in the corridor. Right, so what's behind door number 2? This font is throwing off my dyslexia in like the worst possible way. It just all blends together. I see 4 hostiles, more sprigs, and an elder shrub lord. You good for 3? I'm good for 4, but I'll let you feel useful. I was only 2. I'm letting you blossom. Okay, move to the laptop. Okay, Zon can see a second in the future, foretelling how any of his decisions will play out. His abilities revolve around time and supporting his team. 1 mana needed for the most powerful spells, gained by collecting intel and on default difficulty, sealing doors and completing objectives. So I've got use laptop. Cost an action. Okay, so shoot an enemy you can't take cover from. And then take cover. End turn to proceed. You can't rewind after playing this. Turn 2, knock out all enemies, just shoot them. Easy. Done. Alright, so a fairly standard tactical strategy game. Alright, what's next? 2 sprigs and a great oak in a ghillie suit. The great oak is wearing a ghillie suit. It is, yeah. Isn't it already a tree? It is, yeah. Let's get in there and kill it. Breach. I love the style for this. It's very good. Okay, so it looks like... Oh no, it looks like my mana reset. Well, use the laptop and burst. So action phase, team moves and shoots, you can freely rewind. 4C phase, enemies attacks. None have valid plans, we can skip the phase. You can't take further actions, but you can still rewind. And then enemy turn. Enemies move and make new plans. They do not attack. You can no longer rewind this turn. Should be reasonable. Anything else? End turn? Okay. Can't take him. Can you dodge this? You're the one with foresight. You tell me. Use the foresight button to see if she can dodge this. Okay. You are here. Foresee one action. Always rewind all the way back to the start of your turn. Try it now. Move close enough to the Shrub Lord that he hits you instead. Alright, I'll take the hit. But you owe me a mending vial after this. Okay, foresee the outcome. Okay, perfect end turn to commit. Okay, anything else, or are we just done? Alright, Intel said this is where they were holding the asset. You see him? Yeah, they got him bound and bagged. I don't like this. Or don't you feel something weird coming from him? No, but I can't see the future. I can only move it infinitely fast. Maybe I'll feel it for all of the 0 seconds I'm clearing the room and extracting him unharmed. Don't rush this one, Liv. There's a wild card in that room. I'm a chronomancer, Zahn. I'm just saying, if something goes south, you know your orders. The asset is the priority. If you have to blink him out of here yourself, do it. Liv, did you just admit that you could fail? Are you sure you're okay? I'm just indulging your insecurities, Zahn. Stop clutching your crystals. You gonna breach this year? The hell? Okay, you only have one time to deal with one threat. Try saving Liv, see if they shoot the hostage. Try saving the hostage and see if she can save herself. Oh, that's Liv there. Okay. I'm gonna move here for C2 actions. Okay, where did that thing take her? And the hostage goes. Rewind. Okay, so she's out. What do we have? Well, if I shoot... I could kill the extractor, or we can kill the hostage. Liv Kennedy, a legend in the Special Forces world. Liv's powers let her move on a slightly different timescale to the rest of us, eliminating threats before they can react. So, do we save the hostage? I think we save the hostage. Rewind, try your other objectives. No! Ugh, can't see shit. Tell me you saved the asset. Shit, I can't save them both. The hostage must survive. Shit. I think this is the only call. End your turn. Okay, move next to the hostage, blink out to extract them. Vesker to WizTac, requesting immediate blink out. I have the asset, but something got Kennedy. Okay, yeah, this is legitimately incredibly cool. Tactical Breach Wizards. What a logo. So Act 1, the break. Oh. This has got a short campaign, not an overwhelming one. I like that. Rushwater PD, the DSR something something. So let me get this straight. A notorious Druid Mafia enforcer gets shot by a doctor. And the first person on the scene just happens to be the meddling witch every cop loves to hate. Jen Kellen, P.I. Being near locations is my passion. What's gonna take to stop you inserting yourself into every missing persons case we investigate? I genuinely didn't know you were looking for Wexler. His sister said you ignored her. And I hope you learned your lesson about getting your information from hysterical civilians with a personal connection to the case. And here I was thinking you'd been dismissive. Alright, so you're shot, you burst in with these breaching glyphs, and you find Wexler already dead. Describe the shooter. White-haired woman, good-looking, smartly dressed except for the surgical gloves. And a gun. No, she put the gun down. And you went for it, even with all your spells and trinkets? It's actually more dangerous than anything I can cast. Or is more about her not getting the gun. And then what happened? She got there first, I'm dead now. Kellen. I got to it first. She seemed to reevaluate her situation at that point. She ran. And then you guys show up with the effing Traffic Warlock. What's your problem with Sergeant Clark? He made me kneel even though I dropped the gun and picked it up without gloves. He tracked mud all over the scene, and he put a 2-week stasis curse on my car. It's gonna cost more to get that disenchanted than I paid for this whole job. I got paid for this whole job. Lucky for you, we're backed up, and it's not worth the time to prosecute you for any of this. Prosecute me? But next time you call us, stay put, stay out, and leave your wand at home. Can you unhex my car, please? I'm not insured for temporal curses. You'll have to take that up with Craft and Arcana Control. Did you get her? We have someone matching that description in custody, yes. Can I talk to her? Can you talk to the prime suspect in a murder investigation? No, Kellen, you can't. You're a PI, a provisional PI. Get out of here. Fine, you're welcome, by the way. Unbelievable. Hey, did you know your station's on fire? What? You're too late to stop me. I don't know who you are. Oh, you're not Zan Vesker, Navy Seer? No, my name's Jen. Is Zan here? I don't think so, I haven't seen him in years. Ah, well, prepare to burn. Oh, no thanks. Alright, static blast. Cost an action, blast of electrical energy, pushes the enemy but does no direct damage. 2 knockbacks should send him into the fire. Less lethal pyromancer. Okay, let's switch to move. Static blast through the window. Defenestrate the pyromancer. Defenestrate, verb 1 to throw out a window. That's so good. Defenestrate is one of the best words in the English language, bar none. Zahn, I was just talking about you. Jen, what are you doing here? Solving a murder? How about you? Being arrested for, remind me? It's a list at this point. They think I'm part of the team raiding this station. I served with Zahn, guys. I'll vouch for him. No one cares. You remember what it means if I give you the signal, right? 1 second on the clock, I remember. That's enough, on your knees. Now. Okay, chain bolt. Okay, chain bolts. Chain a bolt through multiple targets, knocking each in different directions. Ooh, thanks. Sorry it came to that. One of those guys kinda had it coming. And the others? Didn't know them, but they'll be fine. I cast slow fall wards on the windows. Okay, knock him out, use the laptop to open the security door. Alright, done? Perfect. It is so fascinating how much this studio's, I'm gonna call it kind of their DNA, has carried through, at least from Gunpoint. I never played their previous one, but like Gunpoint to Heat Signature to this, there's so much of that like conceptual DNA that is just carried through all of them. specifically Breach and Clear and tactical kind of puzzly gameplay, and it feels so incredibly good. I love these kind of grid-based tactical games, but I find so many of them are too focused on the kind of like big battles, and I really like the small environments and the more puzzly style of gameplay. Like, weirdly enough, within this genre, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle might be my favorite, purely from the perspective of, like, it's really fun playing these games where it's more about just cleverly solving the encounter than, like, overpowering them and worrying about attrition or any of that stuff. Instead, it's much more just like, what is the optimum way to win? And that's the vibe I'm getting from this in such a good way. So how you been? Not bad. In any ways, we have to, not bad. In any ways we have time to get into. How about you? What have you been up to? The team casting its way through the station right now is led by my former CEO, Liv Kennedy. She might be the most dangerous person on the planet. I think she's trying to start a war and it might be my fault. So, stopping that. Cool. Listen, these guys didn't like me much before I defenestrated 2 of their colleagues, so we should probably get out of this building in the next 4 minutes, if we don't want to stay here for 25 to life. What are we gonna do when we open this? 1 cop, body armor, nightstick. Enforcer, they're tough. I suggest we try and put them through a window. You can't throw all of life's problems through windows, Jen. Really? How hard are you throwing? Sounds like you want to demonstrate. I'll have to come at him from the side to set you up. Take him when you have the shot. Ready? Breach. Okay, deploy Zon. You can reposition wizards at the start of level. Use the redeploy ability and moves on into breach position on the other door. Ah. Knock out all enemies. Use the laptop to get out. Breach here. So if I do the 3-shot burst, he's got armor, blocks the damage. Go back to her. Move here, static blast, sends him through the window. Bye! And then we just get the laptop. Alright, use laptop. And then done. I love how defenestration is very much the, like, primary tactic. Like, yeah, you could shoot them, but it's so much more fun to just fling through windows. And more effective. Alright, so what does your former CEO have against the Rushwater PD? I don't know. What's her overall objective? I don't know. Who's she working for? Reactor. Great, what's their objective? I don't know. Who's the fire guy I ran into earlier? He asked after you, by the way. Oh, really? That's nice. No, I don't know who that is. Right. Maybe we'll just stick to Liv. And how long have you been on this investigation? 3 months. Zon. I'm a clairvoyant with an assault staff. I've never had to solve mysteries before. You need someone with investigative skills. Someone whose career is in a temporary dry spell, despite her obvious talent. Hey, I'm hiring if you're interested. What's it pay? Nothing. I'm broke. That's actually very competitive with what I'm earning right now. I'll take a look at your files. Files, right. Zon, I'll make some. Never mind what's next. Another enforcer, and bad news, no windows. Well, that rules out every strategy I know. See, it's not a comprehensive life plan. Don't worry, I've got this. I can set up a shot that'll knock him flat if he comes my way. Why don't you just use that all the time? It's a time thing. You gotta set it up in an empty space and hope they walk into it. Why? It's an amethyst-jacketed time crystal. It exists in all places along its trajectory simultaneously. And then when you touch it, it's like getting shot in the past, present, future, and a fourth time phase mortals can't perceive. And that makes you fall down. Makes sense? Breach? Breach. Okay. So, predictive bolt. Aim a powerful trap for an enemy to walk into. Aim in a direction with no enemy ahead. Prepare shot in the future. You'll fire at the first enemy across that line. You can't aim where an enemy already is because that's not really predictive. Okay, so that's Overwatch. Oh, and he's just gonna walk into it. I was gonna knock him into it, but Okay, get close enough that he plans to charge at them. If you can't, rewind until you can. Okay, click to foresee. Boop. Heads up, reinforcements. Shit, we should put a ward on that door. Okay, knock out all enemies. We have predictive bolt. However, it doesn't work, enemies already there. Let's go back to move. I'm gonna move him here, then do a predictive bolt. And then I'm gonna have her do a static blast. Perfect. Okay, seal all reinforcement doors. Seal door. Oh, that's fun. I used to do that in Fire Emblem. When I was a kid, I had the first and second Fire Emblem games on the Game Boy Advance. I don't actually remember what the first one had as, like, its tagline, if it even had one. But I cleverly figured out that you could put your units on top of staircases or at, like, the entrances to areas, and it would prevent enemies from spawning, therefore making it easier. Problem is, it also meant I wasn't gaining the experience from fighting those guys. So I ended up reaching the end of the game just woefully underleveled because I was too clever for my own good and had to start over. As a result, I think I've beaten the game exactly once, but it's so validating to see games where it actually acknowledges kind of that tactic and says, like, yeah, that's actually a core game mechanic, as opposed to punishing you for limiting enemies from spawning. So what's the plan this time? I don't know. Improvise. Inspiring. Okay. Knock out all enemies. Use the laptop, open the security door. So we've got two that are loose. We have chain bolt. Should be fine. Okay, let's undo that, okay, let's go to Zon. Breach here. Oh. Okay, rewind. Let's go back to her. Chain bolt on these two, because that knocks them both out. Then we're going to move him here, which puts him within charge range, so we just do a predictive bolt. And then we don't have to worry about anything. Oh, we have to foresee, and then end turn. And we get the laptop, use laptop, and then done. Alright, this is it. The way out? No, it's on the way to the way out. Wait, you haven't been leading us out of here this whole time? You haven't been following me, have you? I don't know where I'm going. I've been leading us to the one little thing I need to do before we can leave. You know, we're in a police station where both of us are resisting arrest while simultaneously being raided by a team of Black Ops wizards, one of whom can transcend time. I didn't know about the transcend time thing, but the rest of it was on my radar, yep. So where are we headed? The office leads to the holding cells. There's someone there I need to talk to. You're working on a case now? Let it out. Look, I've been calling myself a PI for a year now. I've had a grand total of 3 cases in the last 2 months, and 2 of them couldn't pay. Jin Wexler was the last one on my docket, maybe ever, and today I found him 10 seconds after he was shot in the head. By a doctor. Continue ranting, vaguely aware you might be oversharing, but unable to rein it in at this point. I'm too late to save him, and I'm too late to get paid. But I've got one last chance to find out why he died. Before what we just did makes me a fugitive or a prisoner. And if I don't take it, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm sorry, Jen. For a second I forgot what it cost you to save me back there. I won't forget again. I mean, I already did. Inside of an hour. Yeah, so my track record isn't great so far, but I'll try. Whatever you need, I got your back. Thanks. What are we about to walk into? A mess. You ready? I wasn't born ready, but in the 35 years since I have become, amongst other things, ready. Oh, 35 cents. I've become, amongst other things, ready. Breach? Actually, we should probably think about where to breach. Okay, so we've got 2 obvious knockouts. So I think we want to have Jen redeploy over here. Oh, we don't have line of sight, though. Actually, no, this is fine. Because he's probably not going to make it. We're going to... Okay. Should be fine. Okay, knock out all enemies. Seal all reinforcement doors. That's fine. Why can I not... Oh, do I have to redeploy him? Oh, to the breaching position. Actually, possibly better to have her there. Oh, wait. Oh, she can't breach unless she's on this side. That's slightly silly. Move here, chain bolt. Oh, I guess we're not doing a chain bolt. Whoop. So if he's there, he has no cover. And now I can move. You know what? I'll take that. Okay, so if I do a chain bolt, it knocks both of those out. Sure. Not the most exciting. Oh, right. Okay, sealed door. And then all I have to do is just knock him down. And we just go get the laptop and we're good. Oh, right. Use laptop. And done. Music for this is actually very good as well. I remember the Gunpoint soundtrack being nice, and the heat signature. Like, I don't think about them often, but they are actually good. Rushwater PD holding cells. Reset scroll? Hi, me again. Oh. Don't know if you heard, but this station is currently being raided by a Spec Ops team, one of whom can transcend time. Right, much of it is on fire. If you tell me why you shot Wexler, I can get you out of here before even more of it is on fire. How? Well, obviously I go through the appropriate legal channels, but with the right lawyer, it could take under 6 months. And if I don't satisfy your curiosity, you'll leave me here to die? Classy. Fine, if you don't tell me, we'll still save you, but our hearts won't be in it. The quality of the rescue may suffer. The hell just happened? I think you just met Liv Kennedy. I didn't love it. Mission complete. Oh, it's all the people we defenestrated. Avoid any... Okay, reunite was on Vesker. Complete. Escape Rushwater PD alive. Complete. Avoid any long-term consequences. Like the one guy reading a book. Okay, I'm a lot more interested in your case now. Who's Banks, and why did the best Spec Ops team on the planet just assault a police station to abduct her? Dessa Banks, I caught a glimpse at her police file. They have her pegged as a mob doc for the Druid Mafia. When I found her, she just shot her patient in the head with a 45. If she's not mob, she definitely missed a pivotal day in med school. So why would Liv Kennedy want her? Was she an especially good doctor? I guess it's possible she's a great doctor, and shooting her patient in the head before surgery was just kind of a power move. Your turn. What's the story with you and Liv? We ran an extraction on a Druid Mafia smuggling ship back in '89. She got snared just as they were about to execute the hostage. I had to choose. I chose the hostage. For years I thought I got her killed. Then 6 months ago she resurfaces, pulling brutal heists for a PMC. I don't know what she's trying to achieve, but I know I failed her back in '89. If there's some way I can talk her down from this, I have to try. Who is Liv Kennedy? She was my commander in the Navy Special Forces. She's a chronomancer. She can move on a different timescale from the rest of us, to the rest of us. You're dead before you know she's coming for you. Yeah, I got a taste of that. I served with her for 5 years, on some nightmare cluster Fs. And I think Liv may be the most dangerous single combatant on the planet. Everyone who saw her work said it sooner or later. I'm glad she's on our side. Well, now she's not. Now she works for Reactor. Reactor are private military, right? Who's hiring them this time? Private, but huge. The 9th strongest military in the world, last I heard. If you'd asked me yesterday, I would have said that they were they're the DSR military by another name. But if they're sending Liv Kennedy to kill cops on DSR soil, something massive has changed, and I have no idea why. She's gone off book. All we're looking at is a god-tier operative becoming a serial killer with an unknown agenda. And if not, if today was a Reactor-authorized op, this could light a fuse for World War V. World War V, okay. The whole geopolitical landscape of the Southern Hemisphere is going to lurch in ways I can't even predict. And I'm a seer. Okay. We do need to make some files. I have a map. We can work with that. Oh good, they level up, I like that. So 1 perk point to spend. Perks her how? Oh, I see. Point blank or extra targets or strong finish. So +2 knockback to the final target or another knockback versus +2 knockback if used at point blank range. I think I want to do an extra target on chain bolt. Groups are probably going to be the most dangerous that I have to deal with. So we also have different outfits for them. It looks like it just kind of changes the patterns. White Witch is kind of great though. I like that. Freelance Witch I think is going to remain my favorite for her. So we've got Desert Camo, Dark Arts, Hedge Wizard, Literal Hedge, Urban Arcanist. They actually put some effort into these. I was kind of hoping they'd have even more unique flares like the shrubs on this one. But it's fine. Confidence 0. You already own all of these outfits. But it takes confidence to pull them off. You can replay old levels with new perks to get confidence goals you missed. Interesting. So there might not be any more confidence to grab. Mission cannot be replayed. Okay, so replay previous levels with your new perks, choosing your team freely this time, including wizards you didn't have at the time. You can gain confidence points for any goals you missed before, but repeating confidence goals doesn't give extra points. Let's just move on. A lovely condo, 40 minutes away. 48 minutes away. This is your safe house? It's cute. Well, it's my ma's place. She's a bingo. Alright, well here's what we need. Your map, a printer, some thumbtacks, and like 40 meters of red string. She might actually be the only person I know who has that combination of items just lying around. I like her already. Let's get at it. So how does this work? You drag string between us to prove we're old friends? Served under Liv Kennedy. Black Ops Chronomancer. Served under deaths. I like this. This is fun. Okay. Lead strike on Rushwater PD. Survived a brutal strike. Reactor. Employs her. Abducted Dessa. Hey, that'll make sense to me. No rush if you want to rearrange or go over the details, though. Music is great, so we can also read these. So a team of Special Forces wizards led by Liv Kennedy breached the Rushwater Police Department, killing 14 and busting out a prisoner, Dessa Banks. Zahn arrived hot on their tail, arguably too hot. The cops assumed he was part of it. I heroically rescued him. Too much? Jen. And we got out of there alive, but we're not popular with the DSR now. Reactor, one of the biggest and by far the most effective private military outfits in the world. For years, Reactor have done the DSR's dirty work. But now that they've hit a police station on Rushwater soil, they've bitten the hand that feeds them and swallowed it whole. All bets are off. Liv Kennedy likes acting quickly, acting decisively, acting like a prick. Dislikes weakness, slowness, stowerness. Town in Norland. Hobbies, dodgeball. Don't play her at this. Bloody knuckles, don't play her at this. 100-meter sprint. Don't race her at this. Liv was the DSR Navy's star covert operative. She's able to move on a different timescale from the rest of us, rendering her actions effectively instantaneous. It's absolute bullshit. She vanished on her last official op with Zahn and disappeared for 2 years. Now she's back with a team of Special Forces wizards, cutting a bloody path through the powder keg of southeastern geopolitics like a bull in a house of cards. Zahn Vesker likes naval history, Moz Spice apricots, friends succeeding, assault staves, dislikes memory tests, decisions, dairy, being asked about his dislikes. Hobbies, providing emotional support, providing fire support, backgammon. What the hell, Jen? Zahn is an extremely old, retired, extremely old, ouch, retired Special Forces operative who can see the future. Actually, you can only see 1 second into the future, but in a breach and clear operation, that's a big deal. Zahn used to serve under Liv Kennedy in the DSR Navy until she was lost in action. Now that she's back with a violent unknown agenda, Zahn worries he might be the only one who knows how dangerous she is or how to counteract her power. He's probably overblowing it though. Jen Kellen. Likes complicated cases, good filing systems, skulls of every kind. My cat Daryl, not mutual. Dislikes Steve Clark, Traffic Warlock. The Rushwater Police, loose ends. Hobbies, scrying, crying, interrogating Daryl when he does a crime. Bleh, I hate writing bios. I'm a storm witch, a private investigator, and a legal guardian to one emotionally distant cat. For the last 3 years, I've been finding missing people the cops couldn't or wouldn't. But it doesn't pay well and the work is drying up. And, oh shit, these notes are smaller than I realized. Zahn's thing sounds serious and I think I can help, so off I go. Dessa Banks. I walked in on Banks right after she shot the mobster I was tracking, Jiren Wexler. According to her file, she used to be a surgeon at Rushwater General but dropped off the grid a year ago. Is now a mob doc for the Druid Mafia. Now Liv Kennedy has abducted her at massive risk, and we're all left panicking about what she knows about Banks that we don't. Let's move on finally. Okay, we have no idea why Liv took Banks. At this point, I'd settle for where she took Banks. Oh, I can answer that. Seriously? Give me 6 newt bones and a vial of her blood and I can scry her location within 3 meters. Okay, newt bone sounds doable. I've got an arrangement with a pet shop downtown. But how do we get a hold of her blood? Cops would have taken it when they booked her, part of a standard DNA log. It'll be at the evidence lockup in Stonecliff. And is that guarded? Heavily, but I know a guy there who owes me. I helped him find his skink last June. As long as they haven't heard about the cluster F at Rushwater yet, I bet I can ask him. Stonecliff evidence lockup where Jen knows a guy. Jen, I think they heard about the Rushwater thing. Now they get efficient? Knock out all enemies. Seal all reinforcement doors. These are optional extra goals that can boost a wizard's confidence. As in life, confidence is only needed to wear more daring outfits. Try for them, but don't stress it. You can always come back and get them later, with any new perks you've unlocked. They vary with every level, mouse over them to find out what they are. Finish with all team members at full health, defenestrate 2 hostiles with a gale grenade. Well, I don't have that one, so... I mean, the easiest thing... Wait, no, we do have a gale grenade. Cancel. Oh, yeah. Alright. Let's just move. Move here. Static blast. Knock him back. Grab intel. Gets her some extra mana. Go back to him. If I do a static blast... I can knock him out entirely. Get behind. Rewind. 3-bolt burst. There. Okay, so we shoot. Then we just get behind the wall. Okay, so defenders straight. Yeah, these should be fine. Go back to her, grab the intel, seeing as we're right here. End turn. That's fun. I'm just gonna run here. Gale grenade. Can I just restart the whole level? Yeah. Whoops. No action cost, 1 use per encounter. Okay, so we start with the Gale Grenade. And then I do Chain Bolt. Can't move any further. I can't hit that guy. Okay, toss that. Static blast. Then take cover. Go here. 3-bolt burst. Grab intel. Then take cover. There we go. That's how we do it. Alright, so now we just have these two mooks. So if I move up here, 3-bolt burst. Then take cover. We have her move up. Static blast. Then we take cover. Can't rewind after this. That's fine. Chain bolt. Oh, that didn't get all of them. Alright, that's fine. We can seal the door. And then he can just blast that one. Nice! And we're done. Doesn't seem like there's anything else. And they get the confidence. Alright, what are we looking for? A blue folder. Her blood's in a blue folder? No, but her file will tell us where they're storing it. Okay, so just grab every blue file I see. Yep, unless your time brain lets you read them instantly or something. I can do 1 second of reading, 1 second sooner than I otherwise would. That doesn't sound like it's gonna do it. Nope. Breach? Breach. Okay. So we have a grenadier, which is probably not good for me. Let's redeploy her over here. Breach. Can I do... No, I cannot do a static blast. Well, I could take him out. And I do have, like, a Gale Grenade, but that's not going to really... Oops. That's not going to help me in the slightest, so we're just going to take cover. Not that it matters. Breach. I do have time boost. We have predictive bolt. And no enemies are planning anything. Do we just grab intel? No. I think I'm gonna move here. Doesn't quite get it. It's fine. And what's time boost do? Throw an ally, give him an extra action. Well, that's just rude. Move here, sealed door, 3 bolt burst, knock him out. Move here, static blast. Knock him out. I really wish I could grab things on the diagonal. Okay, force the actions, we don't care. Okay, so if I move here, we're going to have a bunch of friends. I think I'm going to knock that one guy back to where they can't hit me. And while I could do that, I don't think it's going to do me much good. Back to him, we can do the 3 bolt burst. Cross the way, grab the intel. Alright, I think we're good. Grenade goes off. We also don't care about those. Knock him back. Grab intel. Grab her. Gale grenade. We don't have another chain bolt. Move here. Sealed door. Gale grenade. Static blast. There we go. Probably should conserve my mana a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know if it's really much of a necessity here. Oh, deal with all enemies by the end of turn 1. Let a single teammate perform 2 actions in 1 turn. I mean, those would have been nice, but cosmetics are okay. Where are you going? Both of these overpasses lead to the next building. We can do it in tandem. Okay, but you get shot the moment you walk through that door. Oh, good note. Let me breach first. I can take care of it from my side. Okay. I see. So the entire point of this is that we're kind of going through... Oh, and mana does not carry over. Good to know. That's what that did. Cool. Think we're good. Okay, so this one's a little concerning. Both of these are. I think I'll just take it easy for a moment. 3 bolt burst. He blocks some of the damage. Oh. She can still breach. He can still do a predictive bolt. Alright, should be good to go. Foreseen action. End turn. Alright. So let's move her up here. Nice old static blast out the same window. Luckily, these guys have no sense of taking cover. We can grab some intel. How do we want to deal with this one? It's 3 guys. And we have no more actions. So I think I'm just going to have her take a turn. Breach. I could shoot her. But that would be really silly. Now, if I move here, none of them are shooting. Let's actually undo that. Wait, that's defenestrate 3 hostiles in 1 turn. I'm just probably not going to get many of these. I can come back to them later when I feel like it. Luckily, all of the bonus objectives are obtainable through... Reach here. All of the bonus objectives are obtainable through... or by, like, coming back and redoing missions. And so there's no reason for me to rush it here. I'd probably just end turn. Luckily, the enemies are very static, though I can't imagine that that's going to stay that way. Let's have him breach. Let's move. Here. Use laptop. Time boost self. Oh, does not work. Okay, that's fine. Breach. Oh, I see what that guy's doing. That's okay, we can knock him out. And he can't move again, or anything. So I guess we're just ending turn. Okay, 3-bolt burst. Take him out. Rewind that. I guess we're just gonna move here. Static blast him into the wall. Time boost her, because if I'm not using it, what's the point, right? Oh. Oh, this is silly. Okay, done. Found Banks. She was between Jubba and Hiddlesbottom, logically. What? We've all found ourselves there. Oh, I see. We've all found ourselves between Jubba and Hiddlesbottom, of course. It says her blood samples in Fridge 5, room 304. So 1 floor up? Great, let's go. You brought the newt bones? I don't leave the house without 6 to 20 newt bones. Okay, so where is she? She is about 100 meters east. Did you perform a spell 100 times too small? Nope. She's in the next building. And what's that? Controlled substances, I think. Why would they break her out of one police station just to take her to another? I don't know. Want to find out? After I realign some time crystals, yeah. Steve, you're sure this is every gram of blue you have? Yep, every seizure in the DSR ends up here. Alright, Bori, light it up. All will burn. In very mild fire. It is not mild fire, that's a misnomer. I should not have to take this from a traffic cop. Wait, no. If he's a traffic warlock, let me change his voice. I'm a traffic warlock, and you're a failed arsonist. I'd like to see you untangle the M6 Spaghetti Junction with some lukewarm flames. Lukewarm? Much as I'd love to hear where this clash of intellectual titans goes, we have a ride to catch. Steve, stick around and make sure your cop pals don't put this out. Bori, bring Banks. Well, that exchange raised a lot more questions than it answered. Is Liv's team burning mana? Why? He sniffs. Not for the smell, I'm guessing. Why do the Rushwater PD even have this much mana? The street value of this must be billions. They're supposed to destroy it all at the end of every month. Maybe Defense told them to. I've heard of states stockpiling it on the QT. No one has military use for it yet, but they're all scared someone's gonna find one. That's the fire guy I was telling you about. Oh, right, I remember him now. So when you said fire guy earlier, you didn't think of the guy who's permanently on fire? You meet a lot of colorful characters in this line of work. Aren't you unemployed? That's what I mean. Alright, who is he? Borikash, the less lethal pyromancer. How does that work? I think his flames are, like, quite hot, but not fire hot, you know? Like, you can't go about your day, but it's more of an aloe vera situation than an impromptu cremation. You look like you want to ask something. Who's the guy in the Dayglow robe? That's Steve. Steve Clark, Traffic Warlock. I keep running into him in my cases, and I always forget what a slimy prick he truly is. Wow, Jen. Shit. Get effed, Steve. Can we take him? How good are you at dodging spectral cars filled with skeleton ghosts? Never made it past regionals. Let's see if that cuts it. Okay, so that's a lot of fire. We should move. What are my bonuses? Defenestrate him. That's gonna be tough. Because even if I blast him, he's gonna end up there. Well, grab intel. Foresee in action. There's the skeleton ghosts. Accept it. We need to run for those doors. Luckily, the Traffic Warlock himself is not the most threatening. Okay, first scene action. There comes the cars. Sure. Okay, beauty part is... Damn it. Beauty part is... we can defenestrate Steve. Whoops. We actually don't want to do that, because we need to knock this guy out. Now we get both of them. And now we have the run of the whole building, mostly. Static blast should knock him out. This guy we can just take out with a predictive shot. Grab intel. All he needs, move here. Predictive bolt. Foresee in action. Boop. And turn. And then we get to the door. Seal it. And we're good. Nice and easy. Defenestrations are just the best. I would not set on the end of the broom there, but okay. Steal a murderer's blood. Complete. Use it to track them down. Complete. Defeat Steve Clark, Police Warlock, in combat. Complete. Defeat Steve Clark, Traffic Warlock, in conversation. Well, he certainly has some difficult self-examination to do in the days and weeks to come. Alright. And Zahn gets a upgrade. So what does he got? Extra damage or supportive fire. Once per turn, when a teammate uses their standard attack, take a free shot at that target. Ooh, conviction. If the shot knocks someone out, it can be used again this turn, or if it fires on your turn, gain 1 mana. Oof. I think I might just go for the supportive fire, just because that seems like it would be kind of handy. Okay, so we don't have anything extra or new. And that seems to be the end of Act 1, so I'm probably gonna leave us here. This is so freaking cool. Like, genuinely one of the best tactical games I think I've ever played. Tactical strategy games I've ever played. The aesthetic is solid. The game mechanics are a ton of fun to play around with. Any game that involves you knocking and pushing enemies around as a primary combat mechanic, it can get a little exhausting depending on the game. But on the flip side, if done well, and this one does it incredibly well, it is just so good, so satisfying. I mean, even Steve there, he just walked into the trap. I noticed that he was specifically lining up like one-on-one with my character, or at least making sure that they were within the AoE in such a way it was so easy to just lure him closer and closer to that window to the point where he's just more or less right there. I think I had to push him over a little bit, but like whatever, who cares? And also just the fact that you have a Traffic Warlock who's legitimately maybe kind of dangerous is funny. And that design is so good. He's got like a stoplight spike bat thing going on, but then he summons cars with ghost skeletons in it. Like, I don't know. I think that's neat. I love the visuals. The low poly works so well for this. The music is fantastic, and the writing and humor, I've seen some people say negative things about it, but I think it's actually one of the best parts of the game. It's very tongue-in-cheek, but in a good way. It's a very buddy cop drama writing style, and it works. It works stupidly well. Like, as far as suspicious developments go, every single one of their games has always been kind of a masterpiece. Oh, they've made another game called Morph Blade. I'd missed that. But yeah, every single one of their games that they've ever made has functionally been a masterpiece. Maybe not like uber popular to the point where I hear people talking about it to this day. But no, I actually do hear people talking about Gunpoint to this day. I'm actually kind of surprised that Gunpoint was more successful than Heat Signature, considering how good Heat Signature was, but maybe it's just accounting for personal taste and time, because Gunpoint came out like early in the indie, like early as far as the indie boom goes, and so probably had more time to catch people's attention before the market got flooded. But I sincerely hope that this one does as well, if not better, because I want to play Tactical Breach Wizards 2, or really anything that takes this kind of energy and quality and carries it forward into the future. And I sincerely hope we get to see that. But for now, at least, if you want to play Tactical Breach Wizards yourselves, just follow the link in the description below. It's $20 and it is well worth it. I think the campaign mode this is about an hour, so I'm going to assume maybe 2 hours for this. 2.5. So it's like maybe a 10-hour game, give or take. But I believe if we go out to the main menu, if I was looking at play options, there's also, yeah, a mission editor that you can come up with your own missions if you want to. How do I get back out of this? Okay, there we go. But yeah, so effectively you can make your own missions, and other people can make their own missions as well, which instantly, I think that was actually a major feature of Gunpoint, from what I remember, and actually had a fair bit of draw. But I like that from a longevity perspective, and I could actually see some of the user-made levels being a ton of fun. I don't think I'd touch them, but it's one of those where it's neat to see that available right out of the gate, right out of the box for a newly released game. And I just have to say this once again, for a game that mixes wizards with like kind of modern tactical gear, they did a really good job of fusing the two concepts. You know, he's got this effectively machine gun, I don't know what it would normally be called, but instead of shooting bullets, it's got a staff just jammed down the barrel. It works great, and the little ammo counter has like a star on it. You know, the skull on her cod piece? I don't actually know what you would call that. And like the spell book, and the fact that they're both wearing wizard hats and she's got a wand strapped up in here. Just the small details backed into this game to make it kind of modern-ish reality, but wizards. It feels so good. I think the only thing I wish I got to see a little bit more of what like regular life looked like for these people. But it's fine. Anyway, with all of that said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe, because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Also, I'm noticing there's a little bit of like a shatter effect up here. I wonder if the main menu changes over the course of the campaign mode. That'd be cool. Anyway, bye-bye.